Welcome to the video with more casuals than a Conor McGregor card and less real fight footage and a pay-per-view stream link on Facebook as I go over the top 5 fights I can remember while writing this video. I'm going to be honest with you, this isn't going to be your normal top 5 video. If you're new to combat sports and just looking for fights to watch, then check the description of the video. I put 10 of them in there. But most of them are only available through Fight Pass, a streaming service from the reality where Blockbuster bought Netflix. But if you've seen this sport before and are looking for fights you haven't heard of, or you're just looking for a top 5 video that's different than the rest, then you're in the right place. Coming in at number 5 is Sadiq Yusuff vs. Mike Davis, a Contender Series matchup with more technical fighting than Snake Eyes vs. Storm Shadow. The reason this fight is on my number 5 list is because it's the one I show to people when they ask why I watch UFC. Styles make fights, and the UFC should have made this a pay-per-view. Both these guys get UFC contracts, and watch what Mike Davis says to his corner after the first round. Coming in at number 4 is UFC 245, where Dragon Energy took on the Nigerian Nightmare in a fight with worse reffing than a Bucks Super Bowl. This fight was fight of the night for a couple reasons, one being they were both so good at wrestling they canceled each other out, and there's barely any foot stomps. Save your time from watching Masvidal get hugged for 25 minutes and just watch this shit instead. Taking the spot at number 3 is Khabib vs. Justin. This wouldn't be a UFC video without a little bit of pandering to the Middle East. This fight is at the top of the list for any UFC fan and a true showcase for the Smash King Nurmagomedov as he faced what was arguably his hardest fight yet. Watch as Conor's aura gets washed away as Khabib crowns Justin as the hardest he's ever been hit, and Justin goes to sleep to something other than an Adesanya pay-per-view. Closing in at number 2 is Stipe vs. Cormier, the battle for the greatest heavyweight of all time and an eye-for-eye matchup with less clear vision than the final fight scene in Bloodsport. This is an amazing fight and a must-watch for any UFC fan. If you want to have a fun drinking game while watching the fight, then take a shot every time the commentary team says something biased about Cormier. My number 1 fight is Jose Aldo vs. Chad Mendes 2. This pre-USADA bout between two anabolic legends will forever be one of my favorite fights of all time. Aldo is in his prime, soccer kicking the living shit out of Chad, while Chad, the croissant Mendes, threw T-Rex level hooks at Aldo. Both these men are in the prime of their careers and taking more testosterone than a transgender Chris Cyborg, making this my number 1 UFC fight you can watch on YouTube.